Barshens is brought to you by our awesome patrons. Thanks for supporting the channel.
Barshens!
Hello everybody, welcome to Barshens. What's Stu?
Hello, Barry. How you doing, mate?
Okay, how are you?
I'm all right as well.
Who the hell is this?
It's a bloody Sam, isn't it?
Sam, this
Hello.
is Mr. Sam Graham, all right?
Hello.
Sam was a supporter of Ashens and the Polybius heist.
He certainly
He
was.
was a financial backer.
Yes.
He absolutely was. And we have to say the name of the film like this now, apparently. That's a new rule.
The whole episode
It's
is
going to
like
make it very difficult to promote.
And one of the perks was obviously to appear on Barshens, and this is why you're here. And actually, we've already done some of these already with some of the other backers, but since those have been recorded, you've already done the film. So do you want a refund now? Or?
So, yeah. So we're not going to bother recording this.
No.
I need a receipt for tax purposes.
Don't worry, we're on it.
Yes. If from my little cameos in it, it's going to be awesome. So,
I'm very excited.
yeah.
Barry plays me.
Yeah, that's it. That would be amazing.
chip then,
See if
yeah.
anyone recognises the difference.
But only in one scene from one angle.
Yes, yeah. So if we want to give us a little introduction to everyone, if we could summarise yourself in a...
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm Sam. I do a little YouTube channel, very small. Only a few friends watch, 25 subscribers.
Nice.
Making it up there. Called Comfy Ghosts. I do a little kind of trying to be
Comfy
funny.
Ghosts.
Comfy Ghosts. Yeah.
I quite like that name. That's evocative.
Yeah.
Ghosts could be comfy if you could hold them, but they're transparent, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they would...
There's
Yeah.
certain difficulty in that,
Yeah.
I'm more going for the ectoplasm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is ectoplasm... That's a question for Paul Gannon.
Yeah.
Is ectoplasm comfy?
He's a ghost expert.
Well, I've always imagined it to be quite warm, so to be submerged in ectoplasm,
Yeah. It's like green spunk. Yeah. It's like green spunk, isn't it? Active.
Yeah, well.
Is it, Barry? Is it really?
Oh, that's or goo. Is that better? Is that a better word? Goo, slime.
Yeah, it's probably better than spunk,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, you're on your own with that one.
Yes.
Barry, yeah.
So thanks for coming on, Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Tell us about yourself.
I was born up in Newcastle, up
Yeah.
north. I've done my best to try and lose the accent.
Yeah, you couldn't tell you're a Geordie.
Yeah, I've moved around an awful lot. I lived a little while in Spain. Now I live in Canterbury, where I'm a student.
Nice.
I do film, TV, and radio. So with the hopes one day of being a radio presenter, that's quite like what I'd like to do. My mum says I've got the face for it. So.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I think you're beautiful.
Lady.
Just want to break the ice there.
Oh, thank you. Should get me on that app, on Snapchat as a lady.
Yes, I will. We'll do that post and maybe stick it on our Instagram or something like that.
Lovely.
You just got Stuart with it. You look like my sister.
Really?
You do look...
What accident was your sister in?
Yeah. She's going to have a haircut, I think, soon. But okay, so, and how old are you, sorry?
Me, I'm 24.
24,
Yeah, I
nice.
had my birthday 4 days ago, you see.
Oh, and this is like your post-birthday present as well. Coming on here.
So, treat to myself.
Yeah, and you back the movie and you're looking forward to it coming out?
Yeah. Can't wait, Should be good.
Yeah, awesome. Should we start with a shark call?
Let's do this thing.
Run that theme. Today's shark
article, indeed, Mr. Barry, comes from BBC News.
Hey, that's a solid one. BBC News.
Oh, yeah, it's from Nottingham.
Oh.
Cutting edge. Woman surprise at Kingsmill loaf full of bread crusts. I'd like to point out that I missed the word crusts when I first read this and thought it was woman's surprise at Kingsmill loaf full of bread. What was she expecting?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dear me.
I always say crufts as well. That would be brilliant. Full of dogs.
800 dogs
An
in this
entire
loaf of
dog
bread.
show in a bread... Yeah, it'd be amazing. Open a bread bin and like a pug runs out. True story, actually.
Yeah, well, it'd fit in, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I apologise to everyone. I'm going to read the puns. Ready?
Yes.
Come on.
I'm going to loaf them.
Crumbs is what Tamia Ganji might have said when she noticed the loaf had gone awry. That doesn't even work because it wasn't a rye bread.
Right. Oh, like right, yes.
I quite enjoy is what she might have said, but she didn't.
Is that a pun?
Yeah, but she didn't say.
Yeah, this is scraping the bottom of the bread bin there. A confused crustomer.
Oh. This is terrible. BBC, I expect more from you.
Right, that's it. I'm not paying the licence fee anymore.
That's it.
Opened a loaf of bread only to find the bag was full of crusts. Tamia Ganji was hoping to make sandwiches for her children's lunch when she made the unlikely discovery.
How you keep saying Tamia Ganji. It's almost like you're reading it in, is it third person? Tamia Ganji. It's like to me.
To me, a Ganji is a river. But what does it mean to you?
Yeah. So it's full of crusts.
It's not funny first thing in the morning when you have half an hour to get the kids to school and there's no time to get another loaf, she said.
Oh, I think that's quite funny, actually.
So, yeah, I was thinking the same. I'll be honest with you. That's pretty amusing.
Top banter.
Kingsmill said it was investigating how it happened. I'm guessing a load of crusts got put in a bag.
So it's just crust.
Yeah. And they had posted Mrs. Ganji a more conventional loaf. Could you post a loaf of just ramming it in a jiffy bag?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It looked just like a normal loaf when we bought it, said the 41-year-old from Radcliffe-on-Trent. Because of the yellow packaging, you can't see it properly. You can see it sliced, but you couldn't see it's just all crusts.
It is just literally, there's a little photo here. Hopefully we can put it on the screen for you. We'll try and save the image. So
but it is literally a load of crusts in a bag.
Not much to look at,
so
really.
it's not a visual feast.
It's the front and the back of a loaf, just side by side, like, I quite like the crust, though. That's my favourite part of a loaf.
But how does that happen?
This is the loaf for you.
Don't they just bake a loaf of bread and then they cut it?
Well, yeah.
So
Someone's a practical joke at the factory, I think.
It's odd, isn't it? So is there a load of loaves out there without any crusts?
Someone's hit the jackpot, you know?
That's the next film.
Right there. Ashens and the loafers.
Ashens and the mystery of the loaves doesn't really sound like much.
I like it.
Loafers are shoes, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Maybe the rest of the loaf was made to make shoes.
Like
they hollowed out.
Salvador Dali did that with some bread.
Oh, really? What, bread shoes?
Yeah, he just stuck his foot in a baguette, though. It wasn't particularly amazing. It's got to be said.
Didn't taste very nice.
Just,
Preferred tuna mayo.
Then in the morning, I just wanted some toast and to make sandwiches, and I was just staring at it. I don't really understand how it can happen. The mum of two posted photos of the find on Facebook, there's a surprise, and friends shared ways to use the crusts and old sayings about the benefits of eating them. Maybe I'd like curly hair, but I don't want a hairy chest, she added.
Oh, yeah, because that's one of the myths, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the crust, eat that.
Yeah, eat that, make your hair curl. My aunt used to say that. Curly hair, very unfashionable at the time. Terrible thing to say.
Oh, there you
I was
go.
trying to think, who's the most frizzy, curly-haired person in the world?
Brian May.
Brian May, yeah. So he's had his crusts. He's just literally...
This is known as the May loaf.
May loaf. Yes.
I don't mind eating them. I love baguettes with butter on them, or an end of sourdough or tiger bread, but these ends are not as tasty.
Oh.
She keeps going, guys.
Yeah.
You can't make sandwiches with them, and the kids won't eat them.
Well, you can.
Yeah, I was going to say, how can you not make sandwiches with them? Just explodes.
It's still got a face, isn't it? The arse is the crust. It's still got the face of the bread on it.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
A bit tougher.
Restaurant owner Mrs. Ganji said she had considered adding the bread to a meatloaf or making breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs would be fine.
There's a lot here, isn't there?
Yeah.
That was very interesting. Kingsmill said his bakeries were enclosed and would not allow for a loaf consisting solely of crusts to pass through their strict quality control processes. Well, it bloody happened, didn't it, mate?
Well, that means it's done on purpose. Someone's sabotaged a loaf, you know?
A loaf fiend.
We did have
the crust master. The Batman's least interesting villain.
That could be it. Like a bad enemy there.
Or did somebody do it in the shop, do you think?
A person of loaf moral standards.
Oh!
You're on a roll.
Oh,
I want a refund now.
Yeah. Isn't your film just bread puns, actually?
It is now. You do a lot of ADR. A spokeswoman said the firm was investigating to find out how this particular collection of crusts found its way into Mrs. Ganji's shopping. And they've now given us a list of things you can do with crusts or leftover bread.
Breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Should this happen to
feed
you?
birds.
Yeah, should the unthinkable happen?
What else could be on this list, Sam? I'm thinking breadcrumbs, feeding birds.
Make some shoes, you know?
Make shoes, yeah. Salvador Dali,
Just eat the bread.
What could you use the breadcrumbs for? Just eat the bread. They seem to have missed that one.
I think you can
Fairly
fix...
the most obvious.
Yeah, I saw someone fix a table.
Yes.
Did you see that video?
And fixing like a sink with noodles.
Yes.
Yeah.
You grind it up and then fill it and then you just varnish it. Yeah.
And then it doesn't last.
Is that on there?
No, it isn't actually.
Coming soon to our DIY channel.
And this is unbelievable. What can you do with leftover bread? And the first suggestion is freeze any unused bread before it goes stale and heat it up later. That's not really a use for leftover bread.
No,
That's
no.
just delaying the problem, surely.
General
And then
bread
you freeze
advice.
it again. You just keep freezing it.
Perk up stale bread by sprinkling it with
Perk
water.
it up. Come on, mate.
Don't be all stale.
God,
Yeah, come
we
on.
say stale.
Apparently, if you sprinkle, is this true, Barry? If you sprinkle it with water and heat it in the oven for about 10 minutes, it will perk up stale bread.
It will probably bloom a bit. It's like kind of stuffing, isn't it?
Yeah, but will it make it less dry and
Well, we definitely make it as dry if you
rancid?
hydrate it. Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's how you make stuffing in a way.
I've just read point number 3. Plan ahead and make sure you don't buy more bread than you need.
Don't buy it, basically.
How is that something to do with leftover bread? Fucking hell, guys.
Realise the error of your ways.
Yeah.
Throw it out.
Stop eating bread, you bastard.
Yeah.
Thanks, BBC.
Realise you have an allergy to bread.
Turn it into croutons to put in your soups and salads.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah. Make breadcrumbs and use it as a topping for macaroni cheese or fish pie.
Yeah.
That's better, yeah. Or make French toast, bread and butter pudding, or panzanella, an Italian salad.
But yeah, it's all foodie stuff, obviously, because it is bread. But I like the idea of fixing a table with it. I really want to do that.
Yeah.
Never heard of panzanella before.
I haven't.
I think you get cream for that.
Do you think they've made it up?
yeah.
Panzanella.
My neighbour died of it.
Panzanella is Zoella's new channel where she reviews pans.
And pandas.
Yes. Pans and
Pandas and
pandas.
pans.
Which are best?
Don't forget to subscribe.
It's
Who
my
likes bamboo?
advent calendar full of bamboo and pans. Enjoy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was a thing. I love the one about plan ahead and don't buy more bread than you need. Like,
Yeah.
how is
Yeah.
that dealing with the problem?
I've got a feeling these articles need to be over a certain word count, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just forcing random crap in there, you know.
It's like you call out the fire department, they go, well, have you tried not having a house on fire?
Yeah.
It's kind of happened now, guys. That's why we need
it's
you.
done. Some of the articles we get are like literally the same sentence reworded. At least they've
Yeah.
gone for a little bit of research on that.
BBC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Standard.
I do like the idea of like using them as shoes though. They'd be quite insulated, wouldn't they? You take a loaf and you take out all the crust and then just a little hole and just shove your foot. That's like,
A memory farm.
yes. It's like walking on pillows, isn't it?
But would you be attacked by pigeons?
That is a
yeah.
thing. Seagulls.
Yeah, see, they're vicious bastards.
But they would
yeah.
still look better than Crocs. So
True.
Yeah.
But then so would pretty much anything that physically exists.
I had to wear Crocs on Stuart's film.
You did actually.
Yeah, blooming uncomfortable. They were like, yeah. Although they've seen people
forgotten
been putting shaving foam into Crocs and then sticking their foot in so it goes
yeah.
sprays out like a
Yeah,
little
I've seen that.
Play-Doh hat. Yeah.
You could do that, or alternatively not.
But yeah.
And then not
It's
have to
like-
clean it
It's
up.
like the solution to the bread. You just not buy them. You just
How
don't
about
have
Shave
them.
your foot as well.
We don't
after.
do that.
Yeah, shave your foot. I don't get much foot hair actually. I normally toes.
Thanks for that,
You
Barry.
ever shave
I
your
was
feet?
wondering.
The internet needs
No,
to know,
I can't say
Stuart.
I
Do you
have.
shave your feet?
No.
No. What about you, Sam? You ever shave your feet?
I can't say I have, Barry, no.
Yeah. It's coming out. Like beards are like so overrated. It's all about the beard, the foot shave now.
Is it?
Foot beard.
Foot beard. Yeah.
Go
I really
to a
like your
Turkish
stubble.
barbers.
Yeah. Can you just do my big toe? Just want a little bit of- Can you do a goatee on it, please?
Put a top knot on it.
Yeah.
They do that, the Turkish barbers, though. I've seen a little
Really?
foot shave, you know.
Seriously?
No.
My God.
That's a Turkish barber. You get what you're given, don't you?
Deadpan. Go, yeah, well, yes, that's true. I don't. What is the difference between a Turkish barber and a normal barber?
Well, he's Turkish.
Well, yeah, apart from that. but yeah.
Nationality, you know.
He must eat a Turkish delight whilst doing it. That's just the rules. He must be constantly like drip fed them or something. I don't know.
Rose flavoured sugar.
Isn't that like what they do? Like the wet shave and they get the old towel on there. And all
I
that?
believe so, but I don't know enough of the process to. But it's very popular. There's a lot of Turkish barbers around.
I went to one once, just the once, mind you. And he had me on the chair, like spinning me around, bashing my head
Do that
about.
like that? It's spinning you around like Joe 90.
It's like it was a big show kind of thing, you know?
yeah.
Just fucking cut it. Pissing about with all this fucking ostentatious.
Yeah.
Just cut the hair, you know?
Is it like
Yeah.
half a show and half a?
It seemed to be, yeah. I was just
that-
getting battered left and right. It's like
Was
slapping
it
me
just
about.
literally
Yeah.
just a fight?
So what have I done to offend you, man? You know?
You signed up to the UFC by accident. I got a haircut at the
Are you
end.
sure this is a barber's? I've just walked into a boxing match.
I don't know. I must have said something horrible to him beforehand.
Have you ever had any classic haircuts? I had an undercut back in the day. You know, the old where they almost like Mike Flowers pops we were talking about before. He had the bowl on and just straight around or lift it up like curtains. They were. Did you ever have curtains?
Yeah, I did. I had centre parting curtains.
Yes.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Oh.
It was the law.
Did you miss that phase, Sam?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, you know.
What about
happily.
when you were at secondary school? Was there any sort of haircuts that came in that were?
When I was younger, when I was a lot younger, I used to get like little lines shaded into my hair.
Yes. Go faster stripes, like.
That was it, yeah. That was a bit of a fashion at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad not many pictures were taken of me around then, you know.
That's it.
Thankfully.
So you grew up in Newcastle then, was it?
Yeah, I
Because
did,
I'm
yeah.
not picking up a Geordie accent at all.
Well, first 10 years of my life was in Newcastle, you know. So, I mean, the accent comes out when I get pissed, you know. So the only time you'll hear it.
Yeah. So we need to get you some beers on or something.
Yeah, that's it, you know.
Could you make us into trainee Geordies now? Like, is there like a classic phrase?
I don't know, Wei Ai Man or Kawasaki. Everyone says
Kawasaki? Oh, Kawasaki. What?
Miyazaki, yeah.
Wait, man. Would you look
Love
at
me some
me,
Ghibli.
Kawasaki like? That's it. Yeah, that's it.
There we are. You could go up to Newcastle and get punched now.
That's right. Yeah. So you went from Newcastle down to
No, I moved to Spain.
Spain.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
when I was about 10, moved to Spain. Lived there for about 4 years.
Which part of Spain was it?
It was right down south, Almeria. You know, ever been around there?
I've only been to Barcelona and thereabouts.
Right.
Which is the sort of Catalonian area.
So
yeah,
you-
so it was right down south on the coast. You
Oh,
know?
awesome. So you went to school in Spain and things like that?
Yeah. Went to an all-Spanish school, got thrown right in the deep end, didn't know a single word of Spanish.
Wow.
Bloody hell. There's thrown in the deep end and then there's attached to weights and thrown in the deep
Yeah,
end. My God.
absolutely.
First lesson, English. Brilliant. Come on.
That's probably
Smashed
the
it.
only communication I had really with anyone was like the English teacher there.
Really?
Yeah, no one else had a lick of English, so
Wow.
it's a real
My
struggle.
goodness. So that was learning Spanish extremely quickly, I imagine.
Yeah, well, I used to sit there with my dictionary, you know, looking up every single bloody word.
Oh, my God.
How is it going to school like in Spain? Like, what's the differences like in the UK compared to Spain? Like, do they wear like full-on blazers and stuff in there? Obviously, it's a lot hotter there.
No, he just like it was casual. It's all casual. There's no school uniform.
Right.
Well, my school didn't have anyway, you know.
Yeah.
When I first arrived, I didn't speak a fucking word of Spanish like whatsoever, and I used to get in a lot of fights as well because other Spanish kids would try and pick on me, you know, and I couldn't go back and tell on them, you know.
Oh,
Oh, yes. Oh, God, I have to look up. Yeah, they don't have a bullying chapter in the
Yeah.
sort of dictionary,
Yeah.
do they? My God.
Which one was it?
You know,
Wow.
couldn't explain the predicament, so I had to learn to fight quite early on, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So did you get into any sort of Spanish sports or anything? Or did you do any, like, I don't know, do they have any crazy sort of things that you don't get in England over there? Or?
They seem to play a lot of handball.
Handball?
Spanish,
Oh.
yeah, in school. That's like a big difference, I guess, in PE, playing handball. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
I've
don't
ne-
really get that at all.
No.
Or
It's like
very
football
rarely.
with your hands.
Yeah. So you can't be asked to kick with it. But...
It's a lot of hassle, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, the only one who can kick it is the goalkeeper as well, you know? It's
really?
like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like flipped.
Wow.
It's quite popular in like Croatia and like Nordic countries, right? I think so. Handball. Yeah, it's
I'm not an
really
expert
popular.
on it, you know? I just played it
Didn't know
once
the
or
rules,
twice.
just picked it up. Maybe it was football. It's just like, what's he doing?
This English guy's cheating.
Yeah,
We've got to tell him.
Don't worry, he's just invented a sport. Don't worry, it's cool.
Yeah, that's it.
So you can speak fluent Spanish as a result then?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so thrown right in the deep end, you kind of pick it up quite quickly.
Yeah.
Because you need to, basically, you know, when you've got to survive, you know.
Can you speak any Spanish now for our Spanish listeners? All none of them.
None of them.
I'm trying to think of a phrase.
I don't know, check the analytics, you know, got any Spanish people?
There might be.
No, we don't look at the analytics really. Spanish.
I'm going to say at least a few.
Yes.
Yeah.
Un poco.
Yeah. Hi, Javier. Was it?
Javier Bardem.
Is that the most stereotypical
I
name?
feel so wanted.
I'm trying to think of a really British phrase that you could say in Spanish.
Well, I have a go-to phrase because, you know, when people find out you speak another language,
Yeah.
they always say, oh, say something in that language, you know. And then after an amount of time, you just sort of pick up something, you figure out something to say.
Yeah.
And I always say, las patatas de tu hermana son muy asquerosas.
Say that again?
Las patatas de tu hermana son muy asquerosas.
So there's something about your sister's patatas.
Potatoes twerking.
Potatoes.
Sister's potatoes. What was the end bit again?
Asquerosas.
Asquerosas.
Your sister's potatoes are twerking on my arsehole.
That's the one.
Yeah?
No.
Very. That's what it says.
That's quite an image.
Las patatas are twerkas on my sister's asshole. That's what I heard.
He's been on the Duolingo.
I heard potatoes. Is it
He
potatoes?
downloaded the
That's
wrong
right,
language.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, las,
So potatoes, sister's potatoes. Yeah, I don't know the.
Yeah,
Say that
your
again.
sister's potatoes are disgusting. There's no sexual meaning to be derived from that at all. No, it's just
you could probably
cooking thing. Yeah.
If I really thought about it. yeah.
That's quite right.
Could you say something Geordie in Spanish?
Oh,
Bloody struggle.
yeah.
Like a well-known Geordie phrase, and I'll try and guess what it is, or we will.
A well-known Geordie phrase.
Yeah,
In
like
Spanish.
instead of "Why are you man with me
Nothing difficult,
Kawasaki?"
no.
I'm trying to think. "Why are you man with me Kawasaki?" Whatever it was. What would that be?
I don't know. Like,
It's just Geordie. It just doesn't exist.
you
It's
know.
not real English.
Yeah.
there's no real translation for "way I man." It's like,
Mostly when in Newcastle, I keep saying, how come all the metro system has the same logo as Morrison's?
Yeah,
Does it?
it is very similar. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
And I keep thinking that when I first went, there's a lot of weird little underground Morrisons. Hang on.
They've got
Something
it.
on here. Yeah.
So you,
Tell you what,
Come up
though.
a few times in Barshens. I think it's about the fourth time.
Yes.
Mentioned
yeah,
yesterday.
fifth
One
time it was
day
something
we'll
to
get to
think
the bottom of this.
Time there you go. Really?
Because the last time I was in Newcastle, it spent me 2 days to get a pack of bread.
He's getting all his tickets.
You got loads of train tickets. Funny looks. Yeah, I tell you what.
It was all crusts as well. When you did that.
Yeah, just a load of crust. Yeah. And I changed my name to Mo Farah or whatever her name was. What was her name? Mo Singh?
Farah.
What's her name?
Oh, fair.
I forgot the name of
It's something Ganji. wasn't
Ganji.
it?
That's it. Yeah.
Hang
Ganji.
on.
Wasn't that like a mythical
Timmy
beast?
Ganji.
Timmy a Ganji. Hello, Timmy.
A Ganji was a
Wasn't it a
mythical beast.
Ganji, Mr.
That's a river, the Ganges.
Oh, River
isn't it?
Ganji.
Yeah,
That's
so-
right. Yeah. Where is that?
India.
Oh, right. There we go. Morris Sings.
Yeah, yes.
Remember them?
Oh my god,
That was another shout
And
call.
Sainsbury's.
Sing. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a guy that clones all the supermarkets and puts Sings on it. And
When one of them sues him, he just changes it.
Sings. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I've seen that. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of good Spanish phrases.
What about this one, right?
yeah.
Sharticle. I did like a rough translation. This is what I believe what it would be in Spanish. What is it? Mirdiculo.
Merdiculo.
Merdiculo.
I like that.
So there
I
you go,
like
that's the
that a lot.
sharticle, yeah?
Yeah.
Meticulo.
So mird is the shart, is
Yeah,
it?
So we
Yeah.
have Spanish articles one week. Time for the Merdiculos.
And we have to do it all in Spanish.
Yeah.
I think that'll get us murdered. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
No, the one
The rabid anti-Spanish
I
wing
did a
of us.
Spanish video. I did one Spanish one. I know another channel, Sport Sorted, have done a Spanish video, and I tried a paella, and I thought, it's a budget one. I got absolutely slated by the Spanish audience. They're very passionate about their food.
Yeah,
So.
bloody hell.
But yeah, it's I love you guys if you're watching. I've got nothing but love.
I'm trying to think of a headline in Spanish. How about
What about one of the articles?
Repollo mutante espacial a mata a un campesino?
We're not doing Welsh, mate.
You have to say that again.
That's actually from the Sunday Sport.
you
Imagine the
speak Spanish?
translation is terrible, very badly. I've got
That
terrible
sounded pretty good to
vocabulary.
me, though, yeah.
Repollo mutante espacial a mata a un campesino.
Mutant chicken.
Yeah,
Nearly.
Yeah.
Something about it was about a mutant space cauliflower kills a peasant.
right.
Or a farmer or something. But it was literally from the Sunday Sport, and they were claiming it was a Spanish newspaper.
Okay.
So the translation is probably miles off
Right.
any actual language.
I like the idea of
Sunday
translating
Sport.
article ones.
Yeah.
Also, what about the one with the bread? What would that be? No, it's not really a funny sort of headline. You need like that trick cigar blows man's head off, naked
It's-
gun
it's
style,
out,
don't you?
yeah.
Yeah. So you moved from Spain back to England then, and you sort of back up north, or
No. See, well, while we were in Spain, my dad thought it'd be a good idea to set up a Italian designer kitchen shop.
oh, nice.
Yeah, it was nice until the economy in Spain fell straight through its arse, you know? So,
And they weren't so keen on their
no.
designer Italian furniture. Yeah.
No. So that fell.
Yeah.
And my dad got a job in Rugby in Warwickshire.
Oh, cool.
A nice little town there, you know?
Yeah. Isn't that why they invented rugby?
That's correct, yeah. That's why it's named Rugby.
So when
So
it
where they invented Warwickshire?
Well, someone that's like Sam, he picked up a ball and he invented rugby and ran with it.
Exactly,
So
you know?
you might have invented handball, you never know.
I tried to
Sandball.
take. They weren't too keen on that, you know? They took it over.
Yeah.
So she didn't give the ball back.
Took it back home to England.
Yeah. So I sort of I lived in Warwickshire for a little while.
Yeah.
You know. So while I was there, went to school there and everything. You know, once I come back from Spain, and pretty much it. You know.
Have you had any fun jobs or anything like that after leaving school?
I worked in sales for quite a while.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Selling what?
So all sorts. You know, I did.
Licorice, all sorts.
Oh, no. I knew that was coming. Oh.
I had to get in there. Come on now.
Very quick.
Just licorice. No? No.
No. Yeah, well, so I used to go door to door selling stuff, which was horrible. You know,
Right.
yeah, it wasn't really a fun experience.
Did you ever have any interesting customers? Because I've heard some stories of like, I mean, my postman, sometimes I go in my pants, I'll open the door sometimes.
Yeah.
But you must have seen some sights.
Yeah, I've had quite a few people answer the door naked.
Really? Just
Start
completely
naked. Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Could have
hard
been
to sell them
could have been a
stuff in
dog.
that state.
Yeah, or maybe some trousers,
Wow. What do you do in that situation then? You like...
Just turn and walk away. What else is there, you know?
Do you want to sign for it? Oh,
Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, we used to have some, we used to have a bit of fun. It was a good bunch of lads walking around, so I had fun with my colleagues and stuff.
Yeah.
And we used to have a bit of fun in between doors and stuff like that, knocking about. And like, you need a good icebreaker if you're knocking on someone's door. It's like you need a good icebreaker basically.
Yeah.
And some of the ones that we used to use was we'd knock on the door and we'd see through the glass when they're about to come, like open the door. So you'd throw your pen up like really high just before they open the door. They open the door, you catch your pen and go, "Oh, cheers, mate. There's someone on your roof." They come out, and they'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck, there's no one there."
So someone would ring the police or something? Or like, what the hell?
And we're selling anti-roof mugger insurance.
Yeah. So was that you were selling pans then? Or
Pans? No, not pans.
what was it? Oh, so you caught a pan?
No, pen.
Oh, pen.
Pen! Bloody hell! Frying pan. I was like, oh, right, blimey. It's like,
That's how I was horribly concussed every day of the week for 3 months.
there's a guy throwing frying pans off that roof. Brilliant.
Yeah. So that's Zoella's new merchandise.
There's a panda on your roof. Chucking
Chucking
pans.
frying pans down.
This room deserves at least a 7 out of 10, Zoella.
Yeah. No, I used to sell like different food boxes, like Gusto and Hello Fresh and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, okay.
You have a sponsorship with one of them.
I did a HelloFresh one before. Actually, pretty good. But I only wait now until they do an offer where they're like, "Oh, you get like £10 for like 2 weeks." But you got to make sure you cancel it, and then they'll email you again a few months later. But they're awesome.
Make a note of this.
Yeah. Other brands are available, but yeah, no, they're pretty cool. Well, so you had to go in and sort of just try and sell it to them directly. Sort of, you go in their house because I had that one.
Oh yeah, sometimes sometimes they'll let you in. Sometimes they're just a bit standoffish and that.
Yeah. I let a lady in my house once who was selling like a load of fish and like saying, "Oh, we've got this all this stuff fresh." I was like, she said, "Oh, I might as well come in and have a chat." I was talking to her for about an hour and I was like, "Nah, it's all right." But like she was like, she get really more annoyed because I wasn't committing to it. But he wanted like £100 a month for it.
Whoa.
It was like really good quality stuff. And
fish?
Yeah, it's like fish and she's pulling them all out and they're all like frozen packed. They'd be sent to you and it was going to be like real top quality stuff. And I said, I just fancied a chat really.
Did you say your fish budget wasn't quite £100 a month?
I tell it was a lot of money. I remember that thinking, crikey, if it's 30-40 quid, what's that?
But you have to be eating a lot of fish, wouldn't you, really?
Yeah. I'd have to cancel one of the kids' clubs or something. Like, "Oh, Daddy, why have I stopped swimming?"
So you won't eat your fish.
But we have got some lovely cod.
There you go.
Dinner's up. But, yeah. So you have any funny moments then when you knocked on the door? Was there anything that sort of stood out that you were like, was there one particular one where, someone, other than being naked?
Oh yeah, it was a few naked people. I remember one time. This ties into my embarrassing story a bit later on.
We can save it if
Do
you want.
We want to save it for later?
Oh, go now. Well,
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, go
Unleash
for
it.
Okay. Well, I was knocking on doors in what we'd call a low demographic area.
Okay.
Right. So it's like a bit council estate-y, that kind of thing.
Okay, I remember you knocking on my door.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
So I knocked on Stuart's door anyway. Someone answered with like a full tracksuit on, and I was there knocking for a charity. It was the the RNIB.
Yes.
Royal National Institute for the Blind. So I knocked on the door, and this guy was like, "Wagwan." Opens the door, says, "Wagwan." I'm like, already these aren't really my type of people.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
So okay, hi. I'm here for whatever. He goes, wait. If you can rap your pitch, then I'll buy whatever you're selling. I'm like, okay.
What does wagwan actually mean anyway?
I guess
Does it mean hello?
Hello, I think.
It's like a teepee, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it?
Oh, no, that's a wigwam.
A wigwam. Maybe it was a sushi wigwam.
So anyway,
So you had to.
Yeah, so I had my mate with me, and I said, "Why don't you beatbox?" So he started beatboxing. And I just thought, I needed the commission.
Yeah.
So I said something along the lines of, "Yo, I'm here for the blind. I'm knocking on your door because you look quite kind.
Oh.
Not here for AIDS, not here for cancer, but throw me a question, I will give you the answer."
Oh, Hat back.
Did he
Back
keep his
round.
words?
Yeah.
He did. He bloody loved it.
Fantastic. My God. You did miss a trick, though. He said he'd buy whatever you were selling. You should just skipped the charity and just said, this Bucks ticket, £8,000.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Can you beatbox? Can you freestyle rap if we as a beatbox?
Probably not. No.
So give you some words.
Spur of the moment
Yeah,
thing, you know.
you could Spanish beatbox. You wouldn't know what you're saying. It wouldn't rhyme. Doesn't have to rhyme at all.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that's your embarrassing story.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I was pretty mortified myself.
Yeah. That's I quite like that. I don't
Quite
know.
a positive ending, though. You got some money for the blind.
Yeah, did he do
I
it?
did, yeah.
From your freestyle rap skills.
I know, and some money went to the blind. There you go.
So you get commission for getting donations to the charity.
Yeah.
They didn't give you a salary. It's all like literally commission.
Yeah, commission only for
Right.
people who sign up to, you pay
Yeah.
a certain pound, however
Right.
much a month.
Okay.
But I think what they do is the charities, they set aside a certain amount of money each year to go out to people to to go do their marketing, go door knocking and stuff.
So is that the craziest job you've had? Have you had any other ones?
I worked in recruitment for quite a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Or trying to just recruit a particular industry or?
It was like industrial, so like
Okay.
warehouse workers and stuff like that, factory
Yeah.
workers.
You didn't have to beatbox for that then?
Oh, no. I need my interview,
Okay. Really need someone in my factory.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a word that rhymes with factory.
Neither can I was like, this guy's the
Factory.
master. I couldn't think of one. What does rhyme with factory?
There's old,
Tree?
No, old
No.
factory is effectively the same word.
We? No.
We doesn't rhyme with factory.
Factory.
Yeah, that's the way you'd have to go factory.
Chamois? Chamois. Like a chamois leather? No.
Chamois factory, no.
What does rhyme with factory?
Back to me.
Back to me.
Oh, this guy sounds.
Eminem in the corner.
Yeah,
All right.
that's quite good.
So
Go in the factory.
Don't stand there with your back to me.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Can't really rap.
Are you trying to sell crack to me?
Because that's whack to me. Yes. All right. I can't do any more. That's the title of this podcast, Freestyle Rap.
Yeah.
Lesson 1.
Lesson
Rapping
1,
about
salesmanship.
pandas and
Lesson
pans.
2, giving bad news in a hospital
Yeah.
by the medium of rap.
So you study at college now in about TV, film and production then, or?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I go to Canterbury Christchurch University.
Okay.
And I do film, TV, and radio production, that kind of thing.
Ah, cool.
So yeah, I want to be like a radio presenter. I've got my own show as well.
Oh, right, okay.
Community radio. It's a
On-
60s show,
So is that available on the internet, or?
Yeah. You can go and it's on CSR FM if you want to tune in.
CSI, I've seen CSI Miami, but
No, CSR.
okay. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
you like 60s music then? Or?
Yeah, big into 60s music, that's my kind of jam.
Oh, nice. And
Top 3 60s tracks.
It's very hard to. Yeah, I quite like the Beatles, you see. So I'd have to choose a Beatles track.
yeah,
Applause from the lobby there.
That was a popular one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, the Beatles. I've started listening to more of. You ever hear of the Bonzo Dog
I'm
Doodah band?
very well acquainted with the Bonzo Dog
Yeah.
band, yes.
Is there something quirky about them or something?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're quite
Yeah.
absurdist, and like, comedy.
Borderline
okay.
Dadaist. That's where the doodah bit comes from.
Cool.
Vivian Stanshall, Roger Ruskin Spear, Neil Innes. All your favourites, Barry.
Yeah.
Right. yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it. It would be I'm the Urban Spaceman's the only one
Yeah,
you might
that's
have
the
heard.
popular one, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm shot away. There's nothing on the Back to the Future soundtrack, is there? No.
Yeah, no, they didn't have Canyons of Your Mind on it or anything.
Do you have a
like that.
worst song from the 60s?
Worst song from the 60s.
Is there one that you're like, why the hell do
It'd be-
people like that?
It'd be something we've never heard of, I imagine.
Because there was quite a time when everyone was like, I mean, that's more the 70s, wasn't it? But there was some like quite experimental music,
Oh,
wasn't
some
there?
lots of.
Beefheart.
Oh yeah, Captain
Captain
Beefheart was
Beefheart.
quite experimental, wasn't it?
How was that? That wasn't silent
Was,
like the
was
other one.
Trout Mask Replica one of his?
Yeah,
something like that.
Trout mask replica.
Yeah, and the front
What?
of it is somebody literally with the front of a fish's face. They've just cut off an actual fish and so holding it in front of his head like that. Yes, and a fedora hat.
Well, he sang through it.
No, it's just for the art of the cover.
Right,
but you
okay.
can see he's quite obviously having to hold this fish's face because
Well,
it's just not happening.
Just doesn't want to be there.
Yeah,
He's trying to find uses for all these fish that he bought £100 a
Yeah,
monkey
£100 a
spend.
box. Yeah, I can't believe it. Yeah. So there's
Go to a
no,
sandwich, but it's all bloody ends.
there's no trout in the film in the song. Then there's no.
Not as far as I'm aware.
I can't.
The song's quite good. It's just like a fish on the front.
I think probably worst track of the 60s, in my opinion, Beatles one again, Revolution 9.
Revolution 9.
Number 9. Number 9.
Do you ever get requests to play that, or do you, no?
No, not
Just
one.
burn it.
Yeah. My God, yeah, that's one of the more experimental ones.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing John Lennon writes when Paul McCartney's not there supervising him,
Okay, right.
Add a dash of Yoko Ono and away you go.
Yeah, that's it.
So you want to be a DJ then? I mean, you effectively kind of already are then in a way by doing what that is. That your dream thing, or would you rather sort of go onto like a bigger station, or would you rather? You heard me say you have a YouTube channel as well, right?
Yeah, I've got a YouTube channel. That's just me messing about, it's nothing serious. 25 subscribers. There you go.
That's good.
Better than 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit different being here, people actually watch this.
Oh, well.
Well, you'd think that.
Yeah. But is it quite interesting being in a place where like there's production going on like this? I mean, obviously lighting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
where do you do your station? Is it from literally like with a mic in your bedroom sort of thing, or do you actually do it through college? Or
Well, no, I just do it sat in my bedroom, I did a bunch of different things, mainly me messing around. One of my modules for university was animation. So I've learnt a little bit of that, just through the course.
Oh, cool.
And I do like little plasticine animations sometimes for YouTube. So, yeah.
like morph style?
Yeah, morph style.
I used to love morph.
Oh, good old Morph.
Then that
And
used to take
Chaz.
ages to film though, wouldn't it? Like,
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
It's literally frame by frame.
Stop motion is some of the most time consuming. Yeah, really is.
Yeah.
That's why some animators struggle on YouTube, wasn't it? Was it our friend Ollie who sort of says about that? It's very hard to get because it takes so long to make anything.
Absolutely. And it's like, well, you've got to be putting up 10 minutes every 2 weeks. You're like, well, it takes like months to do a minute. You know, it's,
Absolutely.
it's serious stuff. There's only really, what's that? Eastern European studio that does.
Yeah,
what are
I've
they
seen him.
called?
I can't remember what they're
Oh,
called.
that's going to really bug me. Did
Gone
Coraline
Fishing or something. Is it not that one?
Don't think so. What was it? Coraline, Kubo and the Two Strings, Box Trolls. Oh, I can't remember the name of the studio. They still do like really high end stop motion.
Oh, really?
And Wes Anderson does some stuff, doesn't he? Like the Isle of Dogs, etc. But other than that, it's all the computers these days.
Yeah.
Ain't it?
Well, we've already asked you your most embarrassing story. You don't have another one, do you?
No, no.
That's all right. I just love the embarrassing stories.
I'm on one I want to steal.
Yeah, we had one earlier about the penis being ripped, and I just can't get that out of my mind. It's just kind of can't get out of my mind. Yeah. The train home's.
Thinking about my penis.
Yeah, that's right. There we go.
He's going to have fever dreams later tonight, all
That's
sweaty
it,
in
yeah,
bed.
sweat. Like, it's just like wow. Have you ever been in a local newspaper?
I actually haven't. No, not to my
really?
knowledge. I try to keep a low profile.
Yeah. Just aim for national and above. Like.
Yeah. I mean, to do with newspapers, when I was at sixth form, we ran the school newspaper, called the Bleeding Zebra. Horrible joke.
Wow. Okay.
It was black and
just
white and
like
red all over.
Yes.
Yeah. So we ran that. I've got a funny story because we actually embezzled that newspaper,
How is there even money going through a school newspaper?
Well,
we need details.
We got given funds to go and get the newspaper printed, right? I mean, me and my other friend Alex, we typed up most of the articles ourselves, just crap jokes and stuff. And we were supposed to go and get it properly printed and stuff, but we just ran it through the school computer, the school printer, and stapled it all together and sold them for £1.
And kept the money for the duplication.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey.
Wow, that's awesome.
Got to make it somehow,
Yeah, that's how the sun started, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, literally is. They gave them 15
it?
quid to go and get it photocopied, and instead they ran it all off in a
Chisel it,
printing
everyone
press they
individually.
happen to have in the house.
Wow. Who's the most famous person you've ever met?
Probably Stephen Fry.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
pretty
right.
famous.
Wow.
Yeah, that is
He's
pretty
a good
famous,
one.
man.
Yeah. How did you meet him?
Well, when I was 16, I was becoming 16. It was going to be my 16th birthday. My mother got in touch with John Lloyd, who was the producer
Oh, QR, yes.
of QR, yeah, because I was a big fan of the show. And QR, John Lloyd and his wife got in touch back and said, you can come along and watch it get filmed and everything. So I kind of went up there as a young guy. Got to meet everyone who was on that episode,
cool.
It was pretty cool. Stephen Fry.
Who else was on there, sorry?
Dara Bryn was there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh, Jamie Clarkson. Oh, wow.
Met
I
him.
don't know if Jamie Clarkson to me is above Steve. Is he? I don't know. In terms of,
In terms of fame.
Top Gear, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, but Stephen Fry
that's
is
a tough one to call.
I don't know. Yeah, they're both equally like. What was Jeremy Clarkson like? Did you get to talk to any of them? Or
Yeah, we went into the green room afterwards.
Oh,
you know,
cool.
I had like a little band on that they gave me, and I thought I was just there to see the show. And then they said after the show, they said, "Everyone with a pink band, come this way." I was like following along.
for your execution.
So, you know, they're all lined up against the wall.
yeah. You're not needed anymore.
This show was substandard. No one must tell.
We have the best show in the world.
So, it's
Nobody
terrifying
lives.
figure, you know, Stephen Fry. You're not supposed to stop clapping. You've got to keep going at the end.
Really? Did they? Oh, no.
5 hours later, blood. Where your
Yeah.
hands
I often
were.
wonder what it's like behind the scenes of shows like that. Those sort of panel shows. Like if. I don't know. To me, they seem very heavily edited. Do you think are there conversations that go on that just never get seen the light of day?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they ever fed lines as well, or if they're like teased beforehand. I mean, some
I've
shows.
seen Have I Got News for You? And they filmed somewhere like 2.5 times as much stuff as they actually
Really?
Yeah, there was a lot that didn't get put in.
Wow.
You know, there's a big bit of it all about knob cheese that didn't actually make the final cut.
Oh, that's a shame because it's a good topic. Can you remember what it was?
No, not for the life of me.
Knob
No.
cheese.
Yeah.
That's surprising. Mind you,
Yeah.
not surprising it didn't make the edit, to be fair. But
Yeah.
Go with a crust sandwich.
Oh,
Cheese.
God.
Oh dear.
I'm trying to think who I've met there. John Lloyd, I've met. He's very nice.
Yeah, great guy.
Not met any of the others. I've
met him
briefly
again
met
as well.
Dara O'Brien, but we just shook hands and he said, "Hello, I'm Dara."
Yeah.
It wasn't the greatest of anecdotes, I'll be honest
Really?
with you. No. Please tell us when you met John Lloyd again, 'cause it's got to be better than that.
Yeah, well, I went to go, you know, the podcast, No Such Thing as a Fish.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I went to go and see that get recorded. They were in Warwick University. So I nipped over there and went to watch them, you know. And I just recognised John from, you know, because John does other stuff as well, you know. He does like a radio show as well on Radio 4.
Okay.
It's pretty good. And he was outside having a cigarette, you know, and I went up to him and was, "Oh, you're John Lloyd, aren't you?" I'm like, yeah.
Ah, cool. Yes, I am.
Yes. It just struck a hero pose as the wind blew his hair.
Did you ever get that someone come to you? Yeah, you Stuart Ashens. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
couple
I'm
of times
Simon
a week.
Pegg. You've never done that one.
Not yet.
You should do that at a stand at Comic Con. No, it's not me. Simon Pegg.
Just pretending.
Yeah.
And so, just learn to copy a signature.
Have you ever
I'm
been?
sure there's no legal problems with that.
Yeah. Have you ever been behind the scenes on any other shows on the off chance?
Not really, no. No, just the QI. That was an interesting one. That
Yeah.
was good.
So there's a lot of interesting characters in there. What about Have I Got News for You? Who was on that when you went on there?
That was Miranda Hart in the early days of Miranda Hart.
Yeah.
Before she was super, super famous.
Yeah.
It's obviously Merton and his lot. But you know, I can't remember who the other two were. Was Amanda Iannucci on? No, I don't
he's
think he
quite
was.
good.
Yeah. Isn't he like quite a behind the scenes writer normally for other people?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he is.
Partridge he works, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Partridge. Oh, man.
absolutely. Death of Stalin quite recently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was brilliant.
Veep.
What other shows have you been behind the scenes on?
That's about it. We went to Trisha once in Norwich.
Oh, I think you said about this. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
You've probably heard this story, but yeah, that was quite a harrowing experience, actually.
She's still about then in Norwich, Trisha. Yeah.
No, she went back to Australia. I
Is she
think she's
Australian, is
from.
she?
Yeah, something
Oh,
like
cool.
that.
Brommy, Trisha. That does sound better.
Yeah,
doesn't
she
it?
went,
Yeah, you can get
she
it.
left a shrimp on the barbie to go back and take it off. Yeah,
It's a bit burnt. I got to.
it's been on there 12 years.
Wow. No, the only things I've been behind the scenes on is cooking shows. So, like, when I went to the Jamie
course.
Oliver behind the scene thing. That was interesting because they had 6 home economists all cooking the same dish at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, that one looks best. Stick it on the camera, and then they all cook again. They keep going, and they're like, "Oh, next stage, right? Or oh, Sally's looks the best," and put her into shot. So it really does sort of make you think, "Bloody hell, it's not real." Kind of like Barshens, and this is all superimposed.
So yeah, Barry's CGI.
Yeah, we've got those like
It's like hologram there.
yeah. Table tennis balls all over us. Like we're actually behind a big industrial estate or something.
Comfy ghost.
Yeah, I'm a comfy ghost. Yeah. So that's where we can find you, Comfy Ghost, is it?
Yeah, Comfy Ghosts on YouTube, Twitter. I don't really use Twitter, so I might as well not bother with that one.
Yeah.
You know, I just
Don't
read other
believe in it.
people's stuff, you know.
Yeah. So what sort of videos do you upload on there?
All sorts. Me and my friends trying to be funny, basically, you know. I think that's.
I know that
most
feeling.
people.
Yeah. So what do you sort of like do pranks or something, or like do you like gaming or?
Some commentary videos and stuff, I
Okay.
guess. I did one gaming video, didn't do very well, so I thought I'd not really
Right.
bother with that one. Not a big gamer anyway, you know.
Right. Yeah.
There's too many channels doing games
Yeah.
now, isn't there?
Bit
Commentary stuff at the
oversaturated.
very least.
And can you give Sam an exclusive before we finish up about the movie?
Yes. Barry wears a hat in the film that's actually a colander.
I do.
Excellent.
Yeah. And it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There was one scene, I don't know if it kept in, but I took it off as an option, and then the foam just all fell out of it because it's bloody hurt in my ear. It was.
So basically, we just put it on because it hurt him, and it amused us.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Sorry about that, Barry.
Yeah, but he's
My money's
looking
been
really
put
good.
to good use, you know.
So, absolutely, it bought a colander.
It's 15 quid colander, that thing. You can get a colander for like £1, can't you, in Morrisings?
True, but it
On a
doesn't look like a hat.
tube in Newcastle. Best condor ever bought on a tube. All right, cool. Well, I think we've got to finish up now. So thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you, sir.
Really cool to meet you. And so what's your channel called again? Cuddly Ghosts.
Comfy Ghosts.
Comfy Ghosts.
That's the one.
Cuddly Ghost is the spin-off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the prequel.
More
that one
family
was
friendly.
taken, you know.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, Sam.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Excellent. Trying to think of Spanish for goodbye. Hasta luego.
Hasta la
Adios.
vista, baby.
Hey.
Hey.